Hi, I'm Kerry. I'm the host of Best of Us Investors. And I believe I heard the most important investment advice or information yesterday, Thursday, in Joe Biden's solo press conference that I've heard in the past 365 days. Yet when I pick up this morning, Friday's Wall Street Journal, I see the article headline. The feature article is Biden defends border stance, supports change in filibuster. As I read the article, I find no mention of what I heard Joe say and what I thought that's the most important investment information that I've heard in the last 65 days. I want to tell you what Joe told me, what he shared with me, and how it's going to change it's going to reinforce my investment strategy for probably the next 10 years. You need to hear this, and I'm going to tell you because nobody else is. Everybody else missed it. If while I'm gone you want to go see what it is, go find Joe's speech. It's at 44 minutes into the speech, his hour speech. I'll be right back.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
As Joe later in this speech says, we are in the start of the fourth industrial revolution. But earlier on, he makes the statement that I think is so important. And that is, he tells us what he's going to do relative to science, quantum computing, cancer, Alzheimer's, and diabetes in our country. I want you to watch this.
We're going to invest in American workers and American science. I said that all through the campaign. I say it again, and I'm setting up my administration to be able to do that, which is that, back in the 60s, we used to invest a little over 2% of our entire GDP in pure research and investment in science. Today, it's 0.7%. I'm going to change that. We're going to change that. The future lies in who can, in fact, own the future as it relates to technology, quantum computing, a whole range of things, including in medical fields. And so what I'm going to do is make sure we invest closer to 2%. One of the reasons why I've set up the PAB, the President's Board with scientists and the like, again, is we're going to invest in medical research, cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes, the things, industries of the future, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, biotech, and we're going to make real investments. China is out investing us by a long shot because their plan is to own that future.
Let me put some numbers to what Joe said. He said that we are spending currently 0.7% of our gross domestic product on research and development in the fields of science, quantum computing, cancer research, things of that nature. That our GDP is 21.4, so that means we're spending $171 billion on that. He says he's going to take it up to where it used to be, above 2%. That will bring the number up to $500 billion. That is a 3x increase. How does that relate to China's? China spends 2.1% of its GDP on research and development, which accounts for $378 billion a year. So we're going to outspend China. Why are we going to outspend China? Because Joe and everybody else knows that Ping has said China will become the wealthiest, most powerful country in the world. And Joe says, not on my watch. Watch this.
Look around the world. We're in the midst of a fourth industrial revolution of enormous consequence. Will there be middle class? How will people adjust to these significant changes in science and technology, the environment? How will they do that? And our democracy is equipped because all the people get to speak, to compete.
So as an investor, What does this mean to you? What does it mean to me? A big part of my portfolio is in the areas that Joe wants to invest in. If you've got Amy Grant's book, The Big Nine, look in there. And in the later chapters, she says, what are the consequences if the United States does not get involved in this? Because the United States has not been getting involved in it. So she says, if we don't, we will be buried. I think Joe is saying the same thing. We are at a pivot point if we want to remain the key power, the dominant force in the world, and particularly in the fields of medicine and genome sequencing and the delivery of medicine as we know it. We have to get on it. If we don't, we won't. So, what do we invest in? You need to be in edits. You need to be in Illumina, which is genome sequencing. You need to be in CRISPR, which is the therapy that is going to change the way we attack medicines. You need to be in quantum psi. As CRISPR and as edit sequences our DNA, quantum psi sequences our protein. I did a video yesterday to explain the difference. You need to watch that. The purpose of all this is to alert you that there is big change coming. And the biggest part of that change is that the United States government is getting behind the tech companies. I want you to join our tribe. I want you to become to Best of Us investors. Join our tribe at our Discord. And I want you to help me find that $1.51 company that is going to be a part of this revolution, the fourth industrial revolution that is wrapped around the genome and the protein sequencing and the change in our healthcare. You also need to know that China isn't going to lay down on this. China is actually petitioning our country, the U.S., to set up clinics in the United States to do DNA sequencing for American citizens. Why would they want to do that? Because that data is the most important data in the world today. They already have hacked your computer, and they know where you vacation, they know what you eat, where you eat, how you live. Now, if they can get your DNA, they can notify you, not the U.S. government, the Chinese government can notify you when you need some medical procedure taken care of. You would, I'll tell you, you would jump on an airplane and fly to China to get the work done. That would give them exactly what they're striving to do, to become the most powerful nation in the world, the wealthiest nation in the world. And Joe has recognized it. The interesting thing is nobody else picked up on it. In this whole article in the Wall Street Journal, there is no mention of Joe's commitment to triple his expenditure on research and development in the fields of science and medicine. No mention of it. I have looked at the other YouTubers. No mention of it. This is the only place you're going to learn about it. And this is the best investment opportunity you have had in your lifetime. I know it is me. I have done videos where I've shown you prominent people saying that this medical revolution is 10 times larger than the digital revolution. 10 times larger. We know how big the digital part of our life is. This is 10 times larger. You need to help me find that $1.51 stock that is going to be a major player in this, that is going to be sucked up by Google, Amazon, Apple, any of the big ones, and become a major player in this. I will do a video tomorrow, and I will share with you what Tim Cook told me. What Tim Cook told me where Apple will fit into this. This is your investment opportunity of a lifetime. If you want to be a part of this, if you want to contribute to it, Go to Best of Us Investors, sign up for our Discord, and join our tribe. We are going to stay on top of this, even if the Wall Street Journal ignores it. So did the Wall Street Journal ignore it on purpose? I don't think so. We go through life and we evaluate things as they come to us. We see something on the news and we don't ask the question, how is that going to affect my investment portfolio? How is that going to affect the rest of my life? How is that going to change the way I live? We just allow it to buzz over our heads, and we expect that the Wall Street Journal and the news organizations will alert us to it. Well, it's obvious they don't. It's obvious they don't connect all the dots. I'm not a good student. I'm dyslexic. I don't read well, but logic is my strength. I understand if this and this and this happens, this is going to happen. And what this is the explosion of the biotech investment world. Joe has tripled down. He didn't double down. He tripled down because he knows, as he said, not on my watch, he knows that if he doesn't get in front of this, we're going to be behind it, way behind it. And China is going to turn the tables on us. Stay with me. I'll see you again tomorrow.